Alright, hello and welcome back to another episode of JunkPunk. Last episode we got our plants started, and they're still growing. I actually saved the game and quit after the last episode, so we're just coming back in now. So we're going to let those keep growing. We are still getting water, so that's climbing. That's excellent. So I think next, though, we're going to take a look at the tech key, because this is a lot of the stuff we need for the biological key. So if we go and check our recipes manual again, the tech key, oh yeah, 200 resistors, 200 basic capacitor, 50 circuit board, 100 basic processor, 80 basic motor, 200 small gears, 40 gold ingot, 100 aluminum ingot, and 50 pure silicon ingot. And if I'm not mistaken, we do need ingots for the biological key as well. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out how to do those. But what I'm a little bit torn on is we do have a machine, which is this industrial laser. What it does is it will, from what I've seen in other videos anyway, it's a big laser that will sweep the junk for you instead of having to hand laser everything. And like, so if we come up here, for instance, and I turn on my laser with my F key, and so you got small gear, scrap metal, basic pump, we get these extras. But with that industrial laser, all you get is scrap metal, or scrap plastic or whatever. You don't get those additives ones, or you get electronic scrap. Now, electronic scrap, let's see, interact with E, AIP04. This rubber chunk looks like it hasn't been here that long. Analysis shows approximately 76.43952 years ago. There would appear to be many hundreds of tons of this resource. So only 76 years, huh? Interesting. All right. So let's close that. So anyway, as I was saying, do we have any electronic scrap nearby? Let's see. I guess part of my point is, I know electronic scrap, you can get capacitors and stuff like that. You can get some out of plastic scrap too. So we can collect them that way, or we can make them in the craft bench, or possibly in some of these other machines that we have. Yeah, like the fabricator. You could probably make some of that stuff. Let's see. Does the recipes menu tell us again? There we go. Tech key, so to basic capacitors and resistors. Yeah, made in fabricator or crafting bench. So we can make them in there, provided we give enough materials. So maybe we'll just make an assembly line and maybe use the industrial laser to just gather a bunch of scrap. So let me get enough stuff for the industrial laser, and we'll start looking at what we need to put together a little production line, I guess. Give me a few and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we're back at our production area. And I don't know why I forgot, I already had most of this stuff going. We got our shredder, our separator, and our smelter. So, what's left? Shredder, separator, smelter, fabricator. Just the fabricator. So, let me grab some gears. Boom. Do I have them? Do I have any in here? Nope. My other container over this way. Nope. To make it, I need how many? 10 large gears. I'm missing 3 large gears. Maybe we can just craft them. Here we go. And large gears. Steel scrap. I think we have some steel scrap there. Takes 4. Yeah, it's gonna use up almost all our steel scrap. Oh wait, no. I was looking at the wrong pile. Okay, we should have enough now. And so if we were to put it outright in here, tab, fabricator, and rotate, more power, there. And a power cable. Wrong button. Power cable. From... Hello. Can't seem to use my mouse to turn, so I need to make sure that I have both in sight before I select the power cable. So we'll go from here to there. Okay. Grid usage, what do we got? Make sure nothing's shutting down on us. Grid generation 16, grid usage 14. Perfect. Now let's come in and shut this thing down. Does not need to be on. So our recipes in here, we could do power cables. 2 wire spool and 2 ingot. Gives you 20 power cables. Oh, wow. That's a lot more efficient. Large pipe. Rubber spool. Copper spool. Small gears. Large gears. Resistors. We need copper ingot and plastic ingot. Gives you 10 resistors. So we'd have to do that, what, 20 times? So we need 20 copper ingots and 20 plastic ingots, and we can get all our resistors. So that's going to be a pretty fast way to do it, I think. We make circuit boards. Yeah, so I think we're going to do it this way. Let's get a belt in there. And, don't laser it. V for my repair tool now. Fix it. Okay. Alright. Scrap belt. I don't have enough rubber scrap. Let's grab some more rubber scrap. Which one's it in? There it is. Shift click. Do we have any inventory in here at the current moment? No, we don't. Okay, that's good. So now the belt. Huh. That's a little wacky of a curve, but hey, it should work. Alright. Oh, I wonder. What if I were... Can I make another container? And have it built into the container? All the finished product? That would be neat. Layer. Scrap metal. Not in there. Oh yeah, here we go. Scrap metal. It's a long container too, isn't it? Container large. Rotate so the input is behind us. Maybe we'll have to put a foundation down first. I guess we really can't do that, huh? Alright, well, let's just do it in such a way that I make sure I have enough room to get through there to my craft bench when all is said and done. How's that look? Let's run around the back, see how close we are. We're like right on it. Well, let's try it anyway. See what happens. That's funny. Well, that hopefully that'll work. Alright, so now let's take a look at the machines. I need one basic processor, and I have everything else I need to make the industrial laser. So let's get that processor, which I believe is in this container. Yep, so I'll right click, so drag one out, and shift that into our inventory. And next we need to make sure we have connection, power cable, we do. And then power, we're going to need 2 large gears. So we should be good to craft those. Oh, steel scrap. Yeah. I think it was just 2, right? Yep, we're good to go. So we have the big giant laser now. And let's come over here and get it set up and start collecting some scrap. And we can turn it into all kinds of good nifty stuff. Start here, I guess. Let's put down laser. And let's rotate kind of like this. And then we'll back up a little bit. And we'll put the power scrap wind generator, rotate it. So it's right behind here. And then I want to come in and make sure this thing's off. Yeah, turn it off because I don't want it to start lasering right away. Tab power connection. Power cable, there, through there. There we go. Alright, so now, let's see. E for controls. It does have an auto rotate, but we can actually rotate our turret ourselves. And probably gonna wanna aim it down a little bit too, huh? So let's see. Let's turn it on. Oh yeah. There. Auto rotate. So it'll just start collecting all kinds of stuff. Oh, we'll get some rubber in there too, it looks like. Yep, rubber scrap. Perfect. So let that run for a little bit, collect some materials, and we'll be back. I'll start looking at other recipes and making sure we can collect some other stuff, and I'll be back with you. See you then. Alright, so we're going for the resistors first. And what I figured out here is I know I need 200 resistors, right? So in here, the recipe calls for 1 copper ingot, 1 plastic ingot to get 10 resistors. So I know I have to do 20 runs, which means I need 20 copper ingot and 20 plastic ingot. So I'm doing the copper first. So to get 20 ingots out of the foundry here, or smelter, I need 4 copper scrap per ingot. So I need 80 copper scrap. All right. Now, if we go, how do we get copper scrap out of the separator here? The recipe is 3 scrap shredded per copper scrap output. And if I need 80 of them, then that means I need 8, 16, 240 scrap shredded. And, yep, 240. Oop, wrong button again. So to do that, 1 scrap metal does 2 scrap shredded, so 240 scrap metal, 240 scrap shredded, we'll cut that in half, it's 120 scrap metal. Did I have that right? 120? Yep. 40 is 120. So anyway, I got some of that running, and I'm going to let that run, and we'll finish out getting the copper ingots, and then we'll move on to the plastic, and we'll figure out the calculation for that one. See you on the other side. Alright, that's better. Apparently I did my math a little wrong the first time through when I initially added it into the shredder. I only added 70. I actually needed 120, so I tossed another 50 in, and now we've got our 240. So I'm just going to fire up these machines and let them do their thing, and by the end, we ought to have, fire that up. When all said and done, we're going to have, we should have, what do we say, 10, 20? We should have 20 of these copper ingots when it's all said and done. We'll see then. Okay, while we're waiting, oh, no, we do, we have our 20 copper ingots, that's awesome. All right, so now we need the plastic ingots, and I just discovered something, that the smelter that will take the recipe to make plastic ingots, it requires 2 plastic shredded, which we don't get from the separator. We don't get plastic shredded out of here. It's going to go straight from the shredder. So we're going to have to basically turn this one off, right? And then we're going to put it in here. So we know we need 20 plastic ingots, and it takes 2 plastic shredded. So we need 40 plastic shredded, and 1 plastic scrap per plastic shredded means we need 40 plastic scrap. And we should be able to get our 20 plastic ingots. Oh, we have some in this side. No. All right, I gotta get more plastic scrap. Let's see. There's some right up over here. If there is, I'll do it real quick. Yeah. Nope, not what I thought. Okay, I'll get some plastic scrap and be right back with you. And we're back for a second. I was on my way back from getting the plastic scrap way up there by the Monolith. And, yeah, this cleared out pretty nicely. There's just a little bit more to do here for some scrap. So let's open this guy up. And let's move him down. I think we'll just kind of manually finish this one off, huh? Boom. Just grab scrap. Is that it? Let's see, any more out there? Oh, there's some right over there. We could probably grab that. These are up. Bring it over here. Works pretty quick. That's pretty neat. Really is. Well, can we get some of that that's way back there? Boy. Moves a lot. Or is that too far away? Or is that a rock face? I can't quite tell. Yeah, we're not getting any more stuff, so. Alright, let's shut that down. I might as well take some while I'm here, right? So, Q, there we are. Q key, I gotta remember, Q key is to open personal inventory here. So let's just shift click some, oh, 1, that's all the room I have. Alright, good enough, we'll be back to that. So let's run down here, I got the rest of the plastic I need. I said we would need 40. So, I'm going to drop some into our container over here by middle mouse button to drag the whole thing, and it's going to split it in half. So now we have 50 and 50. And then I'm going to right click and drag 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we got the 40 plastic we need. Let's go stick that 40 plastic in here. Shift click to do that. And this is on. Yes. Nope, we can turn that on. And it'll end up showing up in here because of the conveyor belt. No. What am I doing? We don't make it in here. Turn that off. It'll show up in here because of the conveyor belt. And then we have to bring it over. Alright. Turn this on. There we go. Now we just wait. We should have, what do we say? 40 scrap plastic. We'll see when that happens. Okay, and there's our 40. So we will take those out of here, and we will run them over to the smelter, because it takes 2 shredded for 1, and we need 20. Perfect. And let's open up with Q, our personal inventory. Take the shift click, put that in there, and it's on. It's running. So, because, again, the conveyor, you can see them going into this fabricator, but the fabricator's not on, so it's just going to end up in storage in here. And I'm going to have to make some room. Oh, actually, no. Because we're going to build them right here. Just want to make sure we get enough of each, I think, if I did my math right. We'll see. There we go, 20. So, now we can turn this guy on. Oh, and it's all going into the container. Look at that. Aha. We see him going? Ah, that's pretty cool. We should end up with, if everything worked out right, 200. All right, and there we have our 200 resistors. Awesome. All right, so I guess the next one then, according to the recipe, I said we were going to need 200 basic capacitors. So I actually have these written down now, so I don't have to keep looking at the recipe card, but I will pull it up now and then. So let's turn this off. Basic capacitors. Aha. 2 plastic ingots, as opposed to this one was 1, so we're going to need twice as many. 2 steel and 1 copper to make 10. So we're going to need the same amount of copper. All right. So I'm going to need, what did I say, 120 steel scrap. So let me start that copper going. And then I'll calculate the rest. Let me get the copper going. I'll be right back. Actually, different take. I've got plenty of copper scrap right here. Let's go find out. Hello. There we go. We could go straight to the smelter with a copper scrap to get copper ingot. We're gonna need 20 copper ingots, so that's 80 copper scrap. We have that already. We don't need to shred. So let's make sure that we have 50, 26. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plop that on there. So now we have 80. Let's go drop it in to the smelter. And we're going to say copper ingot. Plop that in, plop that in. Oh, it's already on, so it's moving. All right, now, what were the other ingredients we needed? 4 basic capacitors. We need double the plastic. And so I think we figured out that was 40 on the last one. So I'll probably need 80. We'll get the plastic going. Be right back with you. All right, so we're back. I have enough plastic. I had to run back up to the Monolith to get some more plastic scrap that was nearby there. I think I've gotten all the plastic that's up there now, so if not, it's really not if, but when I need more, I'm going to have to find another location. There's probably a bunch back behind there somewhere, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. So let's get this plastic shredded going, and boom, it's on. And we'll find it over here. Yep, here it comes. And we'll see when it's ready. Yeah, cut that out. We'll see when it's ready. Oh, actually, while we're waiting for that, let's go check on our plants. 100%, 100%, 100%. Ooh, I need to make some room. Looks like my plants are ready. Okay. Let's do this. Can we shift click? We can. Shift click to bring them out. And then move to the next one. Shift click. E and shift click. Now we've collected them all. And I'm pretty sure I saw on the crafting table that we can now cut these up to make even more seeds. So it's going to be a couple of cycles of growing and planting. I don't think we have to change the dirt. At least I hope not. That would kind of stink. But for seed alpha, we need 1 plant alpha makes 2 seeds. And we know it takes 6. So we want 3 plant alphas. Let's take 1 away from there. Put that in there and craft. What? I just dropped it. Pick up 3 plant alpha. Craft. Seed alpha is going to be there, and I leave it in here. Ooh. I've noticed that when crafting, it pulls from the top left, left to right rows going down as it needs stuff. So we just want to do 1, 2, 3. So there's the 6 alphas. Next we want seed beta. Okay, and that's that. Well, we only have 2, so we'll do that for now. Plant gamma is the fern looking one. Plant gamma, we have 4. We want 3, so we can actually just, if we're careful, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Seed delta is that one. We have got 4, so 1, 2, 3. And then seed epsilon is that guy. Plant epsilon, that would be this one. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. So now this container up here is going to be our resources for the keys. So let's open my inventory. There we go. And let's shift click these plants over there. Seed. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do we not? I thought there were 5. There are 5. Oh, but I cut one up completely. That's right. Let me move these down here. All right. And now let's go plant. We'll just pop these in there. All right, alpha, beta, delta, gamma, epsilon. All right. 1, 2. You know what? I'll speed this up. We'll just get it done. And there we go. All planted. 50-50. 50 water. Yep, we're getting some percentage. We're getting some stuff. All right, excellent. So now we should have... Oh, that was weird. We should have most of our stuff about ready over here. What was I waiting on plastic down here? Ah, yes, there it is. Pop that in there. Let's get our plastic ingots and ship them in there. Yep, here they come. And let's start getting prepped for the steel ingots. For that, we're gonna need recipe of steel, 4 steel scrap per ingot. How many steel scrap per? 2. I mean steel ingot. 2 steel ingots, so 20. It's going to be 40 steel ingots, which means 40 of those, so we need 4 times it. That's 160 steel scrap. Do we have 160 steel scrap, or do we need to make it? Not there. Starting to regret putting that container there. Oh, but that's all right. Contaminated silicone, 20 steel scrap. So need 120 more, but I'll just make the 140. Okie dokie. So for that, we're going to need... Is this where I was? Yeah. 1, 2, 20. Is that 140? Recipe for steel scrap is 3. 140 times 3 is 300, 420. So 420 scrap shredded. And then scrap shredded in here. Turn you off. 420, 1 scrap makes 2, so 210. 210 scrap. 1, 2, 10. There we go. Let's toss this in here. And turn that on. And this guy, we're going to go with steel scrap recipe. And we'll just turn him on. And we'll come down here for the... Oh, looks like that recipe's done. Steel ingot. And as the steel comes in, it'll start making it. And that's on. What happened? Did I turn something off? Ooh, unpowered. Ha, we have a power issue. What's up with the grid here? Generation 16, grid usage 18. We need another windmill. Do we have an open spot on any of our power poles? Does not appear that we do. What can I turn off? Turn on too many things at once. You know what? Let's turn this guy off. That'll bring everything else back to life when we get to the smelting. I can deal with the power later. All right. So we'll be back when more of this is ready, and we'll see you then. All right. So we're back, and we now have the proper amount, I believe, because we need 2 steel ingots per. We need 20 runs. That's 40 steel ingots. 40 times 4 is 160. I screwed up the math in my head the first time because I didn't have quite enough, so I had to add 30 more scrap to make the proper amount. So let's go turn these guys off so we don't kill our grid again. Not to mention they're annoying. There we go. And now let's make sure, yeah, that's not running. And we'll turn this on, and we'll start watching our ingots fly over to the factory, or the fabricator. Oh, not quite flying, but let's, all right, so we should have, if we're gonna do 20 runs, we need 20 copper, 40 ingot, steel ingot, and 40 plastic ingot. So once that's done, we should end up being able to have 200 basic capacitor in our container. So we'll wait for this to fill, and we'll start it. And there's the 40. So let's kick this off and help save our power grid. Turn this one off. This should make it pretty fast, I believe. Oh yeah, look at that. It is just flying through that material. Boom. That fabricator is fast. I like it. Now it's just a matter of waiting for the conveyor belt to get all our stuff into the container. So, yeah, we'll wait for that, and I will take a peek at what our next item is that we're going to do while we wait for this to fill. Alright, so we're back. Actually took a little break there and did a whole ton of math. Because if we looked at the recipes menu here, and again we looked at the tech key, we needed 50 circuit boards, 100 basic processors, 80 basic motors, and 200 small gears, along with these other things. We already have the resistors and capacitor, but circuit board, processor, and basic motors actually use resistors and capacitors and gold ingots and whatnot. So I went through, like for instance, the motor takes one basic capacitor outputs 4 motors. So we're going to need at least 20 more basic capacitors, etc. So I went through and did all the math and found out that in order to make all the additional resistors, capacitors, circuit boards, and whatever else I need, I need to use the fabricator and the smelter, and the totals remaining. I need 79 more copper ingots, 108 gold ingots, 70 more plastic ingots, 62 more steel ingots, 90 pure silicon ingots, 140 aluminum ingots. So I'm gonna get that going, but I'm quite sure it's probably time to harvest our plants once again. Yeah, let's jump this way. Oh yeah, they look grown. Indeed. So let's just gather these up. And we'll come back over to our crafting bench here. We'll use it, and we will create, we need 3 more of each. So, seed alpha, because it creates 2. So 1, 2, 3. There's 6 more to refill it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Come over here. Let's put our full-fledged plants back away. Add them up here. There's 3 more of that. 1 of these. Oop. Come on. Pick that up. No. Pick it up. Okay. Now interact with the container. Just flip that over there. Now we got our 5. All right. And this one can pop on there. This one can pop on there. And this one can pop on there. And now we'll just go. And so now we're on way. We just have to do this a few more times, 10 more times, or a little bit more. And we'll do it. So let me hop over and we'll replant. And there we have it. They're all planted once again. And yep, there we go. Starting to see the seedlings start coming up. So yeah, I have a whole lot of resource gathering to do. I'm probably going to cut most of that out, and we'll just get the materials and supplies we need. Probably shut this guy off now, huh? So let's see. 200 resistors, 200 basic capacitors. So we have what we need for that to go into the monolith. We're just going to have to create some more now for these other items, like I said. So I'll go gather up all the supplies I need, and we'll start making the stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you when I have everything I need. See you then. All right, so here we are back, and we now have this container totally full of scrap metal, and I still have another 261 in my personal inventory here. So, of this list, the biggest one, it's 140 aluminum ingots. So, if we do the math, aluminum ingot recipe, we need 2 aluminum scrap. Oh no. I don't think we can do aluminum from scrap metal. 2 aluminum scrap, let's find out. Aluminum scrap from rare metal shredded or from electronics shredded? Nope. All right, so I'll have to do another hunt for that one. So what can we do with steel? Because, or rather, junk scrap. Steel can be scrap, copper, gold. Yeah, all right, so steel, copper, and gold. Takes a lot of scrap shredded to make gold, though. 3, 10, or 1 electronics. So let's get, I'm going to get a whole bunch more electronics for the gold. So steel and copper, let's do. So 79 copper and 62 steel. And we need 3 each. Oh, yeah, that's not going to be head math. Haha. Well, actually, maybe it is. Is they each output 1, they each take in 3. So 79 copper, 62 steel. So let's just say, see, it's 120, 132, 141. Scrap, I think. No, 141 total ingots. And then times 3. That'd be 300, 423. So let's call it 425 scrap shredded. Just to kind of give us a margin. And we get 425. Well, great, we'll call it 426. Just to make it easy math, and it'll be 213 scrap metal. If I did that in my head right, we'll find out. Oh, actually, I think I have that in my current inventory. 1, 2. Let's split that with the middle mouse. What did I say, 13? Whatever, we'll put 16 in. And turn that on. We'll let that run, and we'll see what happens. Be back when they're done. Hey, we're back at our little base, and I believe we do have enough for our steel scrap to make all our steel ingots we're going to need, so let's turn that on. And we should be able to turn this on. Yep, didn't crash our power grid, that's good. And now we'll just wait for the ingots to come through. I believe. Autosave lag, there we go. Ah, because it's on aluminum. I need to put it to steel. There we go. Now it's working. And there go the ingots. So let's see if I did the math right, and we end up with 62 steel ingots. We'll see when the processing's done. Alright, some reason this stopped. I think, I've got a feeling my math was probably way off. How did I do that? Because I probably need to take another math class. That's yeah. Alright. And I'm sure you guys figured it out right as I was doing it and said, no, you're wrong. I'm probably going to see it in the comments too. That's okay. I appreciate it. Alright, so steel ingots. I needed 62, and it takes 4 steel scrap. So 4 times 6 is 24. It's 240. 4 times 2 is 8. 248 steel scrap, right? To make steel scrap. Oh, 3. Yeah, that's where I screwed up. 248 times 3, 600. Yeah, I was in the 400 area. Yeah, totally wrong. 248, so 600, 727 744-ish or something. I don't know. So definitely going to have to do more. So I'm just going to throw, shoot, I don't even know how many I had done. It was 200 and something. So I'm just putting another 300 in there. We'll just make a bunch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll turn that on. And that'll keep it going. And I think I'm going to call this episode here. We made this deal. I'm going to go through and make all the other ingots we need. So then really all we have to do is pull them out of the container and use the fabricator to finish off the tech key. But just before we do call this an episode, I believe we have one more plant harvesting we can do, or at least check on them. And yes, indeed, I do believe that's true. Yep, those are all 100%. So I'll harvest these up, I'll replant them, and I'll get the rest of the ingots made that we need. And I won't bore you with any more of my atrocious math. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, have a good one, and thanks for watching.